Good afternoon, kings and queens. It is Lakeisha Sheree Jordan, and hopefully, you guys are having a good weekend so far. I'm coming to you guys today because I really wanted to talk with you guys about being aware of your assets, your greatest assets. Um, Many times we don't realize how valuable we are, and so we take for granted many of the things that are extremely valuable about us, whether it's talents that we have, our skills, just things we love to do that actually can help other people in their lives. It could very well just be a testimony, but the point is that every solitary one of us have assets, and that doesn't necessarily have to be on a financial end of things, because even like you guys know, no matter how much money you have in life, sometimes the assets that are more valuable can be the reason you have money or the reason you lose it. And so, what I wanted to talk to you guys about was actually being able to be aware of and appreciate some of those assets that are not necessarily monetary. For me, one of the things that I have noticed throughout life and dealing with people is many times they put their value in the material things that exist, when realistically speaking, you can have everything in the world and not have knowledge on how to manage it. And everything you have can quickly disappear. You can ask quite a bit of celebrities that you've seen gone bankrupt over the years or have made poor investments, and all of a sudden they owe the government a bunch of money. So the first asset I want to talk to you guys about is your knowledge. Knowledge is something that is not necessarily the most popular thing in this current day and age, in this culture of people today. And that's mainly because it's not necessarily highly publicized. It's not anything that is highlighted. It's not things, something that people are sharing constantly. So one of the greatest assets you can definitely have with you, and no one can ever take that from you, that's the thing I love about this particular asset, is knowledge. And when you have knowledge, especially in areas of growth and development and enhancing your community, enhancing, your family, the people around you, and more importantly, of course, yourself, it becomes extremely difficult for you not to continue to flourish no matter what you go through in life. So the asset of knowledge is something that no one can take from you, but at the same time is extremely valuable. Another asset that I want to talk to you guys about that most people don't necessarily think about is your ability to grow spiritually. And the reason I want to say that, because, there's plenty of people that believe that this is the sort of thing that they can kind of brush off. It really doesn't have any bearing on their lives. And there's a lot of religious people out here that kind of do the routine and the motions and can't figure out why when things go wrong in their life. They have no idea how to cope. They can't manage. The same God they go to church and pray to, they're cursing them. Spiritual growth is one of those assets that, again, no one can take from you. However, it allows you to have peace in the midst of any and everything you will encounter. Trust me, I know. I live that life. So it is very important for you guys to actually start looking at yourself and saying, where do I stand? Where are my major assets? And I tell everyone I come across, I don't care if you rich or you poor, if your value is in the material things that exist and the assets that are not tangible do not exist, chances are you are not going to have those monetary things for long periods of time, or you'll find yourself in that roller coaster ride on the financial train. So pardon me, guys. So basically, I just want you guys to be aware of the fact that despite not necessarily being an individual that will live up to the world standards of what makes you valuable, when you hold on to assets that are not tangible and at the same time are capable of allowing you to get through any door, to get through any trial or error that may come in your life, then you yourself have assets that are more valuable than some of these things that money can actually buy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not discrediting money at all. It's nothing wrong with making money. It's nothing wrong with actually knowing how to take care of your money. However, I'm asking you guys to look deeper into yourselves and see where you stand as an individual in a world that's constantly changing, in a world that's constantly judging, in a world that's constantly negative. And I don't want you guys to give up on recognizing that you have assets or the capability to attain assets that are untouchable. You understand? So don't be bothered by the things that people have to say about who you used to be, what you had or didn't have, how you look now or may not look. Because if you're building the assets that are untouchable, no matter how many people have something to say right now, no matter how many people are putting you down, whether it be about your past or about your current situation, one thing is for sure, with the assets that you attain that cannot be touched, no one can stop you from growing. No one can stop you from getting over hurdles that may come in your way. So, I just wanted you guys to get a little piece of knowledge today, and hopefully this can be a blessing to someone that may not be necessarily feeling at their best because they can't afford the best clothes, or they may not feel at their best because they've been being put down because they may not have the best looking house, or they may not have these things, these material things that this world is looking for you to be able to have. Guys, hold on to the fact that you are valuable. No matter where you stand in life, you are valuable. And when you start learning how to really invest in the assets that no one can take from you, do understand you have decided to open the door to major success. You all deserve it. You all deserve that happiness, that love, and that peace. So it's time for you to start giving to yourself those things that cannot be taken from you. I love you guys, and hopefully y'all have an amazing weekend. I'll talk to you in the future.